Good girl. Oh.
Sorry, she loves a kiss.
I'm sorry for sharing this. Mine was definitely bigger than that. Because my conscience is clear now. I don't particularly enjoy that bit. I'll be totally honest with you. Howdy gang, welcome back to Hangout with Deggers for some more great times in the great outdoors. So tonight I'm looking to do a stealth camp at Norton Canes Services on the M6 toll. I'm just approaching the entrance now, and yesterday when the weather was better, the weather is shite tonight. I came down with my drone, so I'll just show you some footage now. So I'm just going to pan round to the left as I follow this truck coming into the services. And as you can see there, that's the main building, the car park. You got top left, the truck stop there. And then I'm just going to come round to the left now, and you'll see the little bit of wooded area, nature reserve, where I'm looking at getting pitched tonight. Seems to be loads of people coming in and out in the cars, and there's loads of kids hanging about as well, so you can probably hear them now. I'm just hoping that they're not hanging around in the woods where I'm thinking of camping. So, if you remember guys, on the drone footage, this is the spot. So then there's a nice little flat spot here where I can get my tent. I'm in the Helm one, but first I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to be totally honest with you here. I'm sorry for sharing this, but I had some leftover curry for my lunch earlier, and it's gone through the digestion phase and it wants to say hello again, you know, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna find a spot to dump my bag in here, and then I'm gonna go down, have a little walk down. I'll take you with me, obviously. We'll go inside, and I'm gonna use the facilities, because I have bought my shit shovel with me, but if I don't have to dig a hole, I'm not gonna dig a hole. So I'm just gonna go and hide my pack in there, and then I'll come back to you in a sec as I'm on my way down. There's like a little statue thing up there. I'll take you past that as well. So yeah, see you in a second. That's well hidden. Nobody's going to see that when they're just walking past. It'll be alright for 15-20 minutes. windy. Air Pulse Memorial Air Ambulance Charity. What's his name?
My name's Frankie.
Frankie! Ah, that's it. I mean you no harm. Good girl. Oh!
Sorry, she loves a kiss.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
All the best. So I've just been and done what I needed to do, gang, and 2 people have walked their dogs down here already, so I hope I haven't bit off more than I can chew. Maybe I should have a look up there. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to have a look, see if there's anywhere better in terms of, I mean, that's ideal, it's nice and flat, but I am going to be seen. I mean, the only thing is, I suppose, once it gets dark, I wouldn't have thought there'd be many people coming up here to walk the dogs, would there? I don't know. Let's just have a little walk up here and see if there's anywhere a little bit more hidden. Mine was definitely bigger than that. Now, I've found this bit here then. So, at the moment, my bag is in there, just across that path. But I think this is going to be a little bit better. So, I'll just clear that. There's a few thorn bushes, a few twigs and that sticking up. But I'll clear that. And then I'll go and get my bag. It's 5:10. It's going to be dark by about past, so I'm going to start setting up now. What I'm going to do today, guys, is in my last video, or one of my previous videos, someone called, I can't remember whether it, I think it might have been Kevin. I'll put his name up on the, I'll have a look and I'll just put his name up on the screen now. Someone asked in the comments how I managed to fit everything in my pack. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you where everything is in my pack as I unpack it, and obviously what I'll do, because I don't want it to start raining, I want to get in my tent as quick as I can now. I want to get set up, so I'm just keeping an eye out. There's somebody else coming down here now, but I am in a better spot, as you can see. So that's where the services are, that's where the statue is over there, but people keep coming up with their dogs and then walking down here, but I think I'm going to be, I think I'm going to be okay. I think I'll be okay. So I'm going to get set up with my tent, and then I'll do the rest of the unpacking, obviously whilst I'm in my tent. But I'll just show you what I've got on the outside of my pack for now. So on the outside of my pack here, I've got, oh bloody hell, shitting hell, sorry guys. I've got my roll-up mat, and I've got my little folding stool. Now, where I put my tent, now this isn't how I always pack my rucksack, guys. It depends what kit I bring with me, like, as to where I can get things. But because I'm in my Helm 1, I can get the whole tent, pegs and poles, in this bottom section of the bag here. There's the pegs, poles, and the tent, and it all fits nice and comfortably in this Nepal 65 euro hike bag in the bottom of there. So that's the Helm 1. Now when I've got my what's that one, the Panacea 2, so when I'm in my Panacea 2, that doesn't fit in there, so I just put it on the outside and then I utilise that space for other things. What I would say is to be able to pack down smaller and make better use of your space when you're putting your tents away, what I always do, the majority of the time anyway, is I keep the poles and the pegs separate to the tent, because the tent will squash down a lot smaller if you do that. Anyway, so that was on the outside, that was in the bottom bit there. So I'm going to get the tent set up now, and then I'll show you the rest as I'm unpacking, guys. I forgot, so this time as well, again guys, it just depends what kit I've got as to how I do it. So I've got like my little sit pad, kneel pad, whatever you want to call it, and these are just, and this little bit of tarpaulin for underneath the tent to protect the bottom of the tent. And all I did with that is I just shoved it between the top and the middle section there, and yeah, it just stays nice and secure. We're all set up then, gang. Like I said, Wild Country Helm Compact 1. So let's get the stuff, let's get the rest of it unpacked. Don't think it's perfectly flat, but it'll do, that's for sure. Yeah, sweet. Okay, we're in then, gang. Honestly, that wind, you don't realise how cold that wind is until you get out of it. Right then, let me just set the camera up, and we'll unpack the pack and I'll show you how I've done it and where I've put everything. So first things first, guys, let me just say this to start off with. I am no expert, just over a year in this hobby, okay? So there are far more experienced people than me. What I would say is, like anything, it's a learning curve, and I'm still learning now. When I first started going out last year, the way I packed my rucksack was shocking. And I didn't really know at the time, but I know now just from the things that I've learned. One of the main things that I got wrong when I started out was balancing it right, getting the balance of the pack right. And then when you're walking, especially if you're doing long distances, it's so uncomfortable. Like the camp where I went with my mate Joe up to the Peak District, up to the Coach and Horses, some people call them the wheelstones. I remember that being really uncomfortable. I mean, the way I packed my rucksack back then was absolutely shocking. So when you're doing it, just try and even out and distribute the weight. So when you put it on, it's nice and comfortable and it's not weighing down either side. Sounds like common sense, but when you're inexperienced, sometimes you can be in a bit of a rush, you know, just to get things done, and you don't think about it. So that's my first bit of advice when you're packing your rucksack, is slow down a little bit, just think about it and distribute the weight. Now, in my side pockets, I've got my waters, okay? And again, depending on what I've got on the inside or what I've got in the pocket on the other side, you know, because sometimes I don't always do it like this. Sometimes I'll just have a 2 litre in the one side. So then what I'll do to even it out is on the inside I'll put heavier stuff to one side, if that makes sense. So yeah, so in the pockets I've got my water. Now I'm going to store that out the back of here. So my waters are going out there. Should be another one there. Yeah, okay. So waters are out the back of there. So that's the side. What else have I got? Anything else in the side? Oh, just got my shit shovel in the side as well, just in case I ever have to dig an hole. But earlier on, I had a shite in luxury. Sit pan in the top of there, as I showed you earlier, and then in the top, this bit here is like my cook set. So I'm not going to get it out now because I don't need it right now. But basically, all my cooking stuff is in there. So I'm going light tonight because I'm gonna. Basically, I've gone for a bit of a comfort stealth camp tonight. I'm going to go down and either have a McDonald's, or they've got a Leon burger down there, or there's a spa there. So I'm actually going to have my food done for me tonight. But I've bought like cups of tea and stuff like that. So I've got my cook set in there, and my little bits and bobs for cooking in there. Also in the top as well with my cooking stuff, I've got like my little first aid survival kit. So it's got like my plasters in there, scissors, lighter, there's a little pocket knife in there and stuff as well. You never know, do you? If you could cut yourself on a hike, you want those kind of things to hand. So right in the top of my pack, I've got my electricals. Okay, so that's I've got my power bank, I've got my light and my pump that goes up here, I've got my headlamp, and I've got my cables in there. And then I've got the little bits of food that I've bought and drink. So I've got my oat milk for my cups of tea later, tea bags, and a coffee for in the morning. Someone recommended that, and I'm going to give him a shout out later. So I've got a toast. They're both from the Hop Foundry. I've got a toast brewing and a Misfits. One's a session IPA, one's a wonky fruit beer. So yeah, we'll have one of them in a bit, and I'll give me new mate a shout out because he's been very kind to me. And then I've just got to cook the snacks really. So I'm going to nibble on this in a minute because I'm not going to go down to the services and have my food until about 8:30, I don't think. So I'm just going to have a little nibble on that in a bit. So it's basically plant-based pepperoni slices, high in protein, and it's nice. I couldn't tell you what the real thing tastes like because I haven't ate it for 11 years, but that is very nice. And then I've got a plant-based Bounty as well. I'll have that later with my cup of tea. Pillow, sleeping pad. The only time that it's different is if I've got a bigger tent. So if I've got a bigger tent and I struggle to get it all, so you know in the bottom bit that I showed you with the tent, I had the tent, the poles and the pegs. So basically when I've got the Panacea 2, if I pack it all together, it goes on the outside. But if I break it down, I can stuff the tent in the bottom section and the pegs. But the poles, the poles either have to go down the inside, on the inside somewhere, or in one of the side pockets if I can squeeze them in. But it's only really like slight little differences, guys, but on the whole that's pretty much how I pack my rucksack. So it's not that hard. It looks a lot, but when you pack it down and you just take that little bit of time and, you know, squeeze everything in, just ease it in, fill every little nook and cranny of your rucksack, you'd be surprised just how much you can fit in these. The chap that I'm going to be giving a shout out to after, he's upgraded to I think it's an 80. This is a 65. I think his is an 80. Might even be an 85 actually. But basically it's the same pack, but it's in green, and it's 15 or 20 litres bigger. But for now, this does me. So yeah, whoever it was that asked, thank you, because you gave me something to talk about. It's a little bit of content for the video. So yeah, that's how I do my pack. And by the way, if any experts, if anybody that's got way more experience than me is watching this and you think that I could improve on it, just let me know in the comments. It's fine, we're all here to learn, you know. So right, what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to get my foil mat down and my pad set up. I'm going to get everything out, get comfortable, and then I'm going to crack a beer open. Little snack as well. So yeah, this guy, few weeks now, might be a couple of months actually, I don't know. his channel, do you know, I'm not 100% sure on your name, mate. His channel is An Idiot Outdoors. I'll put the hat up right now. An Idiot Outdoors. I'm not sure of your name 100%. I vaguely remember someone calling you, it might be Paul. I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, mate. But I'm not sure of your name. I think it might be Paul. But An Idiot Outdoors, guys. This guy, honestly, he's been so kind. Like, he's given me a shout out a couple of times now. You know, he's watched my videos, give me feedback on my videos and stuff. I bought him a coffee the other day just to show my appreciation, and he said, like, I'm welcome to join his group. They've got like a group of stealth campers and that, you know, which I appreciate it, mate. I just want to say thanks, and obviously that's why I've returned the shout out. Yeah, and he had one of these beers from Aldi, Toast, and he said it was good. He recommended it, so I thought I'd try it, and I said, I'll get a beer, mate, and give you a shout out. So, An Idiot Outdoors, think it's Paul. Cheers, mate. And yeah, you were right. That is a lovely beer. Very nice. Cheap as well. Cheap. And I don't think it's that high on calories either. Let me have a look. No. Per can, there is less than 150 calories. 147 calories just in that can. So yeah, very nice. Once again, An Idiot Outdoors. Go check him out. He's done some really good videos. I watched one of his the other day where he actually fell asleep in a biffa skip on one of his stealth camps. He was snoring. It was proper funny. So yeah, go check his channel out, and once again, cheers, mate. I'm just going to head down now. Get myself a McPlant, I think. Depends what's on offer. I'll have a look. But it is absolutely freezing out here, and you'd be surprised how much the noise travels from the car park. Bloody kids screaming, all sorts, man. But yeah, I'm going to head down now, grab some food, warm up a little bit, use the facilities, and come back up and have a nice cup of tea. Got to get the straddlers, ain't ya? That McPlant got absolutely inhaled. Oh, absolutely lovely. Banging, absolutely banging. Now, even if you're a meat eater, guys, give it a go. It's so good. It really is. Like the Greg's vegan sausage rolls as well. I've actually got mates that prefer them to I say the real. They prefer them ones to the normal ones. They're not as greasy. I'm not one of them preachy people that likes to tell people what to do or anything like that. I just don't believe it's right the way we treat animals, that's all it is. And I think people could do better, that's all it is. Just give it a go. I just encourage people to start by eating less meat, because then it's a snowball effect. I didn't just change overnight. I don't expect other people to change overnight. I'd love it if they would. After some of the shit that I've seen, man, it's disgraceful. But I would just encourage anybody, like, you could just start off with Meatless Monday, say. Do a bit of research. If you're against animal cruelty, then just have a little look into it, because it gets hidden from you. A lot of people don't actually know how bad it is. The standard farming practices, even in the UK, it's absolutely shocking, it really is. So yeah, again guys, just want to say, I'm not preaching to anybody, I'm not telling anybody how they should live their lives. But if you do really love animals, if you do care about animals and you're against animal cruelty, just have a little look into it. And I went veggie first, and I was veggie for like 11 years before I actually made the step to like fully plant-based. And I know it's a cliche and everybody says it, but it really is the best thing that me and my wife did, because my conscience is clear now. And I get it, some people won't care. I'll probably get some negative comments on this video, but I'm all for animal rights. They haven't got a voice and they need people to speak for them, so. But yeah, like I say, all that aside, I'm not trying to preach. Just do your best, guys, just do your best. But I'll tell you what, that was absolutely banging, that McCran. Back to home for the night then, guys, back to home for the night. That was lovely, and it's warmed me up as well. So I'll come back to you when I'm back at the tent. Started pissing down there. Oh, it's getting bloody hell. Saved me having to get my stove out anyway. Just have a tea from Mackey's, innit? Didn't even need to bring all that water really, did I? But there you go. I'd rather have more than not enough. Spot on. Oh, cheers. Just chilling, listening to the rain on the tent. You just can't beat it, being out amongst nature. I know the services are like 200, 300 metres that way, but I'm out in the woods behind it. I could be in the middle of nowhere. I've camped in the middle of nowhere. You just can't explain to people what it's like and why it's so good and enjoyable. Like, don't get me wrong, when it comes to packing away in the morning, I don't particularly enjoy that bit. I'll be totally honest with you, I don't enjoy that bit, the packing away. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, but it's always worth it. What I love is the time alone, and you're away from, you know, your mod cons and other distractions and all that kind of stuff. And obviously I'm away from the wife and my dogs and my cat. And it's good to have that break. I enjoy having that break. Because tomorrow I appreciate them more. I appreciate everything more. It's been a proper nice, chilled out camp. That McPlant has filled me up, so I'm not having my treat. I'm not going to bother having my other beer. I'm done, I think. I'm going to get my sleeping bag out in a minute. Yeah? It's time to get cozy. Let's do this. All tucked up in my sleeping bag now, guys. I am ready for sleep. It's been nice, but to be honest with you, I have missed my stove and cooking the food. I do like doing that. I've actually found a bit of wood. I meant to tell you this earlier and I forgot, so I'll just tell you quickly now before I go to sleep. I've found myself a nice little patch of woodland that I think potentially could be my little paradise, my haven. I know that no one goes there because there's no rubbish there. And I've been there several times now and I've not seen a soul. But the fact that it's like proper clean and there's no rubbish tells me that people just don't go there. And it's got a nice little, right in the middle of it, it's got a nice little flat area. So there's definitely gonna, get me words out, there's definitely gonna be a few camping trips done there. Anyway, it's time for me and Monkey here to get some shut eye. I'll see you in the morning. All the best. Morning, gang. It's 7:45. It's pretty much light now, but it's really overcast. I had a good night's kip. I'd say probably all in all between 5 and 6 hours. Did wake up a couple of times. It was raining on and off throughout the night, I think. Just checked the temperature and it's 4 degrees. So not that bad really. Once again, guys, third time using this OEX Flux 7R. Yeah, I rate it. Not once was I cold during the night. And every time I've used it, it's been the same. So yeah, it's all good. But spring is round the corner. Can't wait to just get that lighter summer gear out. So yeah, another good night. As always then guys, leave no trace. Oh. Another stealth camp complete then, gang. I really enjoyed that. Hope you did. So on that note guys, I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me once again. All the best. And ta-ra for a bit. I just need to watch it and go on my arse here now.